Oh, what a good Friday morning this is. Oh, my Lord. Such a good Friday morning. Yes, it is. Good Friday. Um, First off, I'm going to say this. Tomorrow, I do not promise, I do not guarantee that I will be sitting here doing a video. I intend on being in the middle of my bed, sleep, okay? Because tomorrow, I do not work, okay? The first Saturday I've had off in 4 years, okay? Besides me taking a day off. This Saturday is actually scheduled for me to be off from work. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, I don't. But I know what I will be doing. I will be asleep in my bed. Not one alarm, not one anything. I don't want to hear squat tomorrow. But I will be awake at some point during the day. I will wake up at some point during the day. I hope I didn't break them. Okay, good. Um, I dropped my earbuds and they hit my floor. You know, ear, two earbuds came back this way, the case went that way. I looked down and I said, oh, thanks. Um, but no, seriously. Um, and I'm not, with this video, I'm not being mean. I'm not being rude because I had to take my own advice a while ago. What have we here? Oh, well, your butt stinks. I say that all the time. I don't know why. It just comes out. Your butt stinks. Take it how you want to. It probably does. It probably doesn't. But at the moment, your butt stinks. There it is. Good morning. But tomorrow morning, sleep. I'm not waking up early to do anything. I am not waking up early. I am not answering my phone unless it's my family. I am not doing anything to go out of my way to do anything for not one solid person. Now, that's just how I feel. Tomorrow is my first Saturday off in 4 years. Let me enjoy it. Okay? Let me enjoy it. Um, Now, this song, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I had a dream that's like constantly interrupting my life because, well, first I can tell you what the dream, because the dream made absolutely no sense to me. Made absolutely no sense. It took place in a complex where I used to live, where I had this friend. She was as silly as all outdoors. And we came up with inside jokes with each other. And nobody could understand what we were saying, what we were talking about, or why it was so funny. So we were having this conversation in my dream. I don't know what it was about, but she looked at me square in my face, put her hands on her hips, and said, "Excuse unto me." And that's something that we would always say. And the way she did it was hilarious because she would like make this face and she she looked hilarious doing it. And she would do certain things just because that's the type of person she was. She was, you know, very happy, very funny, silly, and she never bothered anybody. She was just very, okay, I'm letting a name out. She was just Vanessa. And the Vanessa I knew then, I could have been friends with forever because she knew what she wanted to do, and even though it was hard, she did it. She got to where she wanted to be. It may not have worked out, but at least she did it. And she was silly, extremely silly. I mean, we had our own language, to be honest. You put us together in a room and you're going to be sitting there like, what? What is this? Like, what? And, that's just the way we were. Now, some things took place and she was no longer that Vanessa. But I hope that she is doing well and I hope that she is living her best life. Moving on. So, with this particular video, oh, I need to sign in on that phone. Crap, I didn't sign in yet. Oops. Switching phones is not easy. It's not. Because you got to sign in, you got to remember passwords, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm over it. Okay. I've been signing in on my new iPhone for like, what? I got my phone Tuesday for about 2 days now. Whatever. Uh, I guess the morning is not finished with me yet. I'm just saying. Um, but anyway, who? Oh, who? I need people to find something else to do other than harass my line. I mean, you got one more? I'm very thankful for silence on my phone. It will not make a noise. It will not vibrate. It will just nothing. All I see is the alerts coming across my screen. I am so thankful for that. Thank you, Apple. Thank you. I love that feature. I don't have to hear, feel. I can just see. Just saying. Thank you, Apple. Thank you. So gracious of you. Thank you. Lovely features. Lovely features. Anyway, when I say move on with life, I am not saying just forget everything, block it out, whatever hurts you, don't acknowledge it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that things happen Events take place in our lives for a reason. Now, perfect example. When I lost my grandmother, that cut my mom and I deeply. And I shut down. I shut down for maybe 2 years. I literally shut down for 2 years. Even though I kept going through my daily motions, mentally and emotionally, I was not there. Okay? It happens. And I wasn't dealing with it. I didn't deal with losing my grandmother for years because growing up, she was always there. She was always there. And she promised me she'd never leave me. And she did. She promised she will always be there. And then one day she wasn't. So, yes, I was mad at her. I was hurt. And even though I still have my mom and my brother close to me, I shut them out. And I became hell with breath. I literally became hell with breath. I just became evil. I let my anger control everything I said and did because I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to process it. I took it out on everybody around me because I felt like I'm hurting. I don't have my strength anymore. I'm exposed. I have no shelter, no cover. But I was wrong. I had to find that within myself. I had to learn to go through life without latching onto people for my safety. And I did that. But I did it the wrong way. Shutting everybody out, taking out my emotions and my thoughts on other people because it had nothing to do with them. We can't control who we lose. When we lose them, we can't. So, in the recent years, I learned how to accept my grandmother not being here. I had to literally face it and deal with it. And I did it without a bottle. I was literally sitting in my living room talking to her. And the one question that I ask is, how could you leave me here? Oh, I asked her that. I said, how could you promise me you'll always be here and that you'll never leave me, but yet you're not here? You left. How could you do that? And then I had to realize that the time that we have in this shell that we call a body is borrowed. We're not here forever. We are not here to stay. We are here to do certain things And once those certain things are done, it's time for us to move on. Hence, move on with life. Because if you lose somebody and you keep yourself in that bubble, you will constantly be losing them all over again. Do I remember the day I got the call saying my grandmother was gone? No. I do, however, know it was winter. So instead of being hurt, I had to turn and face it. I had to face it. I had to force myself to face it. Although I wanted to run, I wanted to hide. I did not want to deal with it. I did not want to face it. I had to. Not for her, for me. Because what she came to do on this planet was done. My grandmother had a long, happy, healthy life. She traveled, she worked, you know, she gave birth to my mom gave birth to me, so she's literally not gone. She's still with us. We all are a part of her. But being mad at somebody for passing, we all do it. But what we all don't do is deal with it, face it, and move on. First is accepting it. That's the hardest part. The hardest part is accepting it. And I speak from experience. It is the hardest part. Now, once you face it, that's the second step. Face it. Force yourself to stare at the situation face to face. Put a face on it. Do whatever you need to do to face it. But do it without a crutch. It's hard. I'm not saying any of this is easy. Nothing about this is easy. But you have to accept it, then face it. Don't let it beat you. You beat it. Then, after you face it, deal with it. Some people choose therapy. Oh, they do live in that apartment. I thought everybody moved in and just died. Well, damn. Live and learn. And then get loves. Anyway, deal with it. Do it sober, completely sober. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. Again, I speak from experience. No, it's not easy. It is one of the hardest things to do in life. And I've done it more than once. More than once. I had a friend that I used to work with. And I found out she died last year, the day before my birthday. I cried. I did because we were so close. But the person that she chose to stay with what is responsible because of his drug habit. Her heart couldn't take it. She had gone through the physical, mental, and emotional abuse. Why she stayed with somebody like that, I don't know. She sent me a picture of him years ago, and I said he looks like a possum. And I looked at his face, and I told her, because we were on Skype at the moment, I told her, I said, something about him is not right, but we can't force somebody to push someone out of their life to protect them. We cannot do that. Though I would have loved to have done it personally, I couldn't. So I said that to say this. It's okay to be angry at them for leaving. It is okay. But always remember, they are not the ones that said, okay, on this day, at this time, at that moment, I'm out of here. Tomorrow is never promised. The next minute is not promised to any of us. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It does not matter, you know, whatever you have, that does not matter. What matters is that you are human enough to cherish the time you have while you have it with the people that love you and that you love. That's what matters. Make the most of the time that you have together. A lot of people don't get that until it's too late. Then they want to say, oh, I wish, I should have, I should have, I should have. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. But you know what? I had to accept that. I had to accept my guilt. That's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to deal with the issue. They don't want to face the issue. They don't want to move on with life. They don't want to accept their guilt. They want to deny all four things and act like it didn't happen. But as soon as something triggers that memory, or you get close to, that day that you're holding on to for the rest of your life, to put yourself back in that depression, back in that sadness, to keep yourself in that bubble, to keep yourself in that hole. That's when you want the world to stop and, oh, woe was you. It doesn't work like that. Not on the planet I live on. I don't know what planet you live on, but here, down here on Earth, does not work like that. And that's what I don't understand. We try to be there for our friends and family that may do that to themselves. I try. But it comes a time when it's just like, bruh, dude, sister, word. Like, it's been how long now? I lost my grandmother in my early 20s. So it's been 33. It's been 11 years. 11 years, I believe. And I'm not going to say that, I'm remembering the time frame. I remember the date. I'm not. because what I got attached to was her body. That's what we get attached to, is the meat suit that we inhabit with our time on this planet. That's it. So it's literally true when somebody says that, really, spam, not here. Thank you much. One moment. Thank you. Look at God. I'm sorry, I'm not going to have spam on my page. I'm not. I'm not going to have spam on my channel. I'm not. But that's what we get attached to. We get attached to the physical body of a person. But yet, when that body is no longer, that's when we want to shatter, break down, and crumble and fall apart. Because the body is gone? No. It's just a vessel. That's all it is. Our body is just a vessel that we inhabit on with our time here on earth. Yes, we were born, we grow, we change, we this, we that. That's great. But at the same time, the body is just a body. It's literally just a body. I had to dig myself out of the hole I put myself in. And I put myself in a hole by drinking, by not dealing with it, by not accepting it. I used to tell myself mentally all the time, oh, she's just on a long cruise. She has no reception on her phone. I mean, honestly, in the middle of an ocean on a cruise ship, would you have reception? I'm just saying. That's what I used to tell myself so that way I wouldn't hurt. But in the long run, I was hurting myself because I did not want to accept the truth. I did not want to accept what is. I was keeping her alive in my memory, which is perfectly fine. That's great. But move on. Don't keep yourself in this hole. Let go. It's okay to let go. And it feels like my lips are turning into sandpaper. Oh, bother. Yes, I keep my stock of water right behind where I work because I talk all day. But it is okay to move on. It is quite all right. They're not going to be mad at you. Okay? Excuse me. They're where they are. You know? They no longer have this physical suit, is what I call it. It's a meat suit. Okay? Meat, like dog food, moist and meaty. They should not call it that. So bad. So bad. Really? Moist and meaty dog food? Bad name. Really bad. Um, But it is okay to move on. Okay? Promise. It's okay. It's really okay to move on. You don't have to keep yourself in a depression, in a sadness for them. Okay? You don't. I mean, when my mom lost her grandmother, of course that hurt. That was her grandmother. Now, I never met my great grandmother because she passed on before I was born. But I've seen pictures of her, I've heard stories about her. So, I wish I could have met her because she sounds like one of those cool great grandmothers that, like, you want to bring your friends around and, like, hang out and just hear about her life. I would have because, she was she was an adult back then. So I like to know what what it was like back then. So, I never met her, but I've seen pictures of her. I know her name. I pretty much know what my mom knows about her, which is awesome. Um, but don't keep yourself in a hole because you're sad. You're still hurt. You're still grieving. It, let it go. Okay. I know it sounds mean and messed up, but that's not the way I mean it to come out. Just you have to accept it. Okay. If you accept it, you'll be able to deal. Okay. Accepting, facing, dealing, move on. Okay. Now, I still have one of my grandmother's favorite rings. I do. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I keep her ring with me everywhere I go. Every time I leave my house, her ring is with me because that is my grandmother. It's not saying, you know, I, I'm codependent or I'm still sad. I'm not sad. I'm not codependent. That's just her favorite ring. And, you know, and I hijacked it. I did. My mom had one of her jewelry boxes sitting in our living room, and one night I was just like, all of this is going to go, and I kept telling myself, keep something of hers, just keep something of hers with you. So I did. I have one of her necklaces, and I have one of her favorite rings, and that jewelry box. Oh my God, she's had that jewelry box since before I was born. And it's funny how everything was still in its place, everything was still intact. And I remember, oh my God, there was just no going in her room. No, you cannot go in her room. Her room was off limits. She even had a deadbolt on her bedroom door. As a kid, I'm like, okay, that's your bedroom, but you have a deadbolt on the door and you lock it. Why? I mean, as a kid, I was curious. I was like, okay, so what's in here? You hiding a bank stash or something? Well, what you got? Artillery up in here? What's going on? You Secret Service or all? But I was curious. And it's funny because quiet as it's kept, now that she's gone, oh, I went through that room once or twice. You know, I did. She was in another part of the house sleep, and I was awake. You do the math. And I'm not gonna give up my secrets either, because she never knew. Talk about it. She never knew. I knew. I don't even think my mom knew I did that. I was nosy as a kid. I was nosy and curious. I did a few times. Okay, not a few, a few. Okay, I did because I was curious. I wanted to know what was up in there. I really did. I wanted to know. I was nosy. I'm not going to say what I found. I mean, I'm glad she protected herself and all of that. But wow, I mean, folks think Medea's bad. Okay, my grandmother didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't do drugs, but my grandmother protected herself very well. Her and all of her assets. Anyway, but I want to leave you with this. Don't keep yourself in a hole because you lost someone or some people. Don't do it to yourself. Okay? Get out, live life, move on. Okay? Because life does not stop when we lose people. Okay? If we don't keep up with it and move with it, life is going to mow us down. Okay? And personally speaking, I'm not trying to be mowed down. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I've come too far to be mowed down. Okay? And I got too far to go. Okay? So if life want to mow you, look, life ain't mowing me down at all. Okay? When things come swinging at me, I swing back. Now, I will say this, and I mean it. I mean, what? Got me over here looking like I was gonna say something, but then I forgot I'm not trying to offend anybody. So I'm gonna button it up. Moving on. I'm gonna say this, and I mean this, and I've said it to in front of my mom and my brother. If anything happens to my mother or my brother, I promise you, this earth is going to feel every bit of my hurt and my rage, and I will not stop. I will not stop. Okay, I shut down when I lost my grandmother. Now I know how to channel it. I know how to channel my hurt and my rage. God forbid I lose either one of them anytime soon. And I'm talking about anytime soon in the next 50 years. Okay? Now, haha, mom, you stuck here with me. Nah. What you got to say about that? Hmm? But if anything should ever happen to my family, this world will feel it. And I'm not joking. Everybody will feel it. And that's not a threat. It's not a warning. It's not whatever you want to call it. That's just how I am. And I could do a lot by not moving and not saying a word. Just like that movie, Don't Say a Word. I'll never tell. Yes, that movie was awesome back in the 90s. Oh, and like the other movie, Story of Echoes. Oh, that was a good movie. That's the first time I found out who Kevin Bacon was. Go figure. Anyway, I am going to roll up out of here because I would like some time to prepare myself for what I'm about to teleport into. You know, I'm about to pull a Goku and teleport into work. So I need to prepare myself for what's about to take place. Get quiet as is kept. Moving on. We just gonna let that sit right there. But don't get me wrong, I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. Though I am looking forward to my vacation. Because during my vacation I'm going to be sprawled in the middle of my bed. Okay? For at least 2 days. Okay? For at least two. I'm gonna be sprawled. Looking just like a lion that just ate a full course meal. I will be sprawled in the middle of my bed. Okay. I may answer my phone. I may answer a text or two. But, you know, I'm not going to be that lively for at least 2 days. Okay. Because I'm going to need those 2 days to get in the groove of not having to get up in the morning. I'm not going to know what to do with my damn self. I might just call my mom and be like, what you doing? Okay, well, I can't sleep and I'm bored. I'm coming over. My mom might say, stay at home, or I'm not up yet. Or sometimes, you know, I just show up at my mom's house unannounced. You know, I've done that a few times. And, you know, Mama, I love you. But, you know, maybe I should have sent a text. You know, oh, by the way, you know, I'm on my way. You know, by the way, I'm here. Um, Sometimes when I go to my mom's house, it's funny because her dog likes to scream and announce to the world that one of us has entered the home. So my mom will say, which one is that? Or which one are you? And she knows our voices, thank God. So there was one time, and it's funny to me because my mom said, I'm in the bathroom. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you much. You know, I want the visual. Anyway, I like harassing my mom. It's funny. It is really, really funny. Just harass her life. Just go over there and be like, what are we doing today? And my mom will sit there and look at me. I don't know. And she'll look at me. I'm just like, mm. Don't ask me because I for sure don't know. I'm just here. Just like I tell some of my coworkers when I'm at work, I'm here. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I'm here. My butt is in the seat and I'm in front of this computer. Yeah, I got to say this, and I'm so sorry. If you see this video, you might remember speaking with me. I had somebody say with a straight face, not computer, but a computer. COMPRUTA. Ooh, hit a boy's hotline. Oh, you are only as old as you feel. I ain't getting old. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be like my grandmother. She was in her 80s, in her backyard doing backflips and yoga. Hello? In her 80s, doing backflips and yoga in her backyard. At 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 a.m. Who gets up at 5 a.m. to do backflips and yoga? Hmm? Hmm? I'm not. Mm-mm. But my grandmother always was an early riser. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm. I don't want to get up before 7 now. I don't even want to wake up at 7. I want to wake up like at 9, maybe 10, but I can't do that. So I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I need to have an hour to myself. Mm. Profile. Just profile. Anyway, everybody have a good day. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have Happy New Year's Eve, Happy New Year's Day. Um, do what it is that you do. Have fun, celebrate, be around your family, and stop cheating on your spouses. Okay? Stop cheating on your spouses. Stop cheating on your spouses. You nasty motherfuckers. Running around leaving kids here and there talking about, "Well, that ain't mine." But yeah, she knocking on your door where you live with your wife and your children, talking about, "It's so and so here. Who you? Oh, I'm so and so. This his kid." I wish I could be like a fly so I could sit on top of somebody's head and just be like, "Zzz, zzz," with every zzz word. That's all I'll be saying, word. But I have no sense, no common sense. So stop cheating, nasty fucker. And you know who you are because you're looking fucking guilty. I don't need to say no names, but I blast that ass. I'm lying because I don't know shit. I don't know shit. And your wife better not call me or text me because I don't know shit. I live in a completely different state. You are 6 states away. Thank you. Have fun with that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Have fun. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. But whatever you doing and you know you're not supposed to do it, stop it. Okay? Because if something happened to your ass, I don't know shit. Shit, do I know? I was at work. Okay? Thank you for contacting Remy's cell phone. Remy is no longer in the building. Please do not leave a detailed message after the beep because I will not return your call. Thank you much. Okay? I'm having so much fun. Okay, I'm out. I gotta go. Um, but yeah, bye. Oh my God.